Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to give you my review for Obi Wan Kenobi Episode 5. The episode opens with Darth Vader on the bridge of his Star Destroyer and we get a flashback of him as Anakin as Padawan practicing lightsaber duels with Obi Wan. That flashback is going on throughout the episode. Then an officer comes to Lord Vader and informs him that Third Sister has arrived. Reva informs Lord Vader that Kenobi is in the Jabim system. Vader tells her to kneel and makes her Grand Inquisitor. Kenobi and the others arrive back on Jabim. Nari is there as well and talks with Kenobi about meeting Reva on Dayu. We see Leia's droid Lola enter into a hatch above and begins to disable the doors above and prevent their ship from taking off. Vader arrives on Jabim and stormtroopers land on the surface. Reva's ship arrives and walks towards the blast doors outside the hideout. She orders the stormtroopers to fire on the door and the people began to barricade themselves in. Roken tries to open the main doors above to escape but they can't open. Leia offers to help as she is small enough to get into the hatch above and to get the doors working again. Obi-Wan looks at his communicator and sees the communication coming from Bail Organa. Bail is concerned that he hasn't heard from him in a while and he is concerned that Vader might know the whereabouts of Luke. He said if he doesn't hear from him, he will go to Tatooine for the boy. Tala appears and talks with Obi-Wan about her time with the Empire and what she did on Garel and how it affected her. Kenobi tells Roken that he wishes to talk to Reva. Reva walks to the blast doors to speak to Kenobi. Kenobi tells Reva she wondered how Anakin was alive and was Darth Vader, and then starts to put it together. She was a youngling, the same youngling we see in the start of episode 1. She saw Anakin walk in with the clone troopers and starts to kill her friends, or as she tells Obi-Wan, her family. She asks Obi-Wan where was he during Order 66 and why didn't he help them. She ignites her lightsaber and pushes it through the blast doors, and the blast doors then begin to open. A battle ensues with the stormtroopers and the civilians. Obi-Wan defends them by deflecting the blaster bolts with his lightsaber. Tala is shot and her droid tries to protect her and is shot as well. Obi-Wan tries to get to her but is forced back. She has a detonator in her hand and she tells Kenobi that the Force was with him and she explodes it, killing as many troopers around her. Vader tells Reva to stand down. Kenobi then goes to Reva. The stormtroopers grab him and take him to Reva. Obi-Wan explains to Reva that he was bringing Vader to her in order for her to be able to kill him. She orders the stormtroopers to take him back inside until Vader comes. Lola is in the hatch with Leia and Lola attacks her. Leia fights against her and she sees a restraining bolt on her droid and removes it. Lola and Leia are best of friends again. She is able to restore power to the doors on the ceiling and they start to open. Kenobi somehow takes the handcuffs off himself and attacks the stormtroopers and goes to the ship. He sees Leia and goes to her. Leia asks where Tala was, and the look on Kenobi's face says it all. Vader comes and starts walking towards where the ship is. He sees the ship taking off and uses the Force to hold the ship, forcing it to the ground, and with the Force start tearing the ship apart. But it is a decoy as the second ship quickly takes off and leaves the planet. Reva comes behind Vader in an attempt to kill him, but Vader uses the Force to stop her lightsaber from hitting him. They fight and he continues to use the Force to block her from hitting him. She spins her lightsaber blades and walks towards him. He uses the Force to stop the blade spinning. He grabs the lightsabers from her, gives her the other part of the lightsaber and they fight again. He defeats her and says that he knows that she was a youngling. He sees flashbacks back when she was before Anakin. Vader stabs her in the stomach and we see the real Grand Inquisitor walked towards her, telling her she was found in the gutter, and there now she will remain. Vader and the Grand Inquisitor leave. Reva is still alive and reaches for her lightsaber. She sees something on the ground near her. On the ship we see Kenobi sensing something is wrong. Back on Jabim we see Reva reaching out and we see it is Obi-Wan's communicator that he gave to Nari earlier in the episode, and she sees a faded image of Bail Organa. She now knows about Tatooine, Owen, and the boy. At the end of the episode, we see Luke asleep in his bed. Well, I have to say that I thoroughly enjoyed this episode, and Vader was badass. Overall, I give this episode a 10 out of 10. The action sequences were excellent. Stormtroopers still can't hit shite unless you're a red coat, which is a bit of Star Trek humor there, but good nonetheless. We get confirmation that Reva was a youngling in the first episode, which was a non-brainer really. Seeing Vader with the Force holding the ship in place and bringing it down shows how really powerful he is, but a good idea of Roken and Kenobi to have the ship as a decoy. The fight sequences with Reva and Vader was good, and those who have watched the Rebel series will not be surprised to see that the Grand Inquisitor has survived. I'm quite excited now for this series finale, and I can't wait to see it. In Canada, apparently, the cinemas will be showing the full series and a Q&A afterwards. That will be next Wednesday, the 22nd of June. Well, that's it for now. Until the next time, please like and subscribe to my channel. Until the next time, may the Force be with you.